I work out. I lift beers, baby. Hey guys, Nexy here from Greedy Dragon Brewing. Welcome back to another episode, and this has been one heck of a summer, hey? Well, I just poured myself out a 17 IPA all grain. Yeah, look at this beauty. Look at the off-white caramel colored head. Great carbonation. Look at that beautiful color. This was sent to me by Brew from the 17 Brew Crew. Good friend of mine here in Canada. It's been sitting in my refrigerator actually for a couple of months, and I had forgotten about it. And what better time to crack it open than on a nice summer day? And I apologize for being a little bit slow and getting some videos up. It has been a crazy summer. Summers are crazy at the best of times, especially when you have a family. But on top of that, our weather has been off the hook. We've been in a class 4 drought for the greater part of the past month, and the valley that I live in has actually been filled with smoke all the way up until basically this past week from a whole series of wildfires. There's been wildfires in the south of the valley, close by to where I filmed the Fire Hall Brewery video, and I've got some winery footage that I still have to post. Actually, the fire came right down to some of those wineries, and the fire crews were able to stop it from causing some severe economic damage in the south of the valley, wiping out some of those Golden Mile premium wineries. But you know, there has been house casualties. There's been we've also been getting smoke from Washington State, which is just south of us. So there was the Okanagan Complex fire, which actually had some fire casualties, and the Stickpin fire, which was a little bit farther off to the east, but we were getting smoke from that. So I might actually have some pictures that I'll post there. But essentially, all through this area for a couple of weeks, it's just been basically pea soup, and it's just been smoke, and smoke. So not the time for me to film a video. As well, I had the other obligations. So thank you for sticking with me, and a big welcome to all my new subscribers. The numbers have still continued to jump, and that's very impressive. Wearing my t-shirt, which I highlighted at the beginning of the video. I work out, I lift beers, and I've got some more dandy shirts to show off in the future. But hey, I'm sitting here babbling when I'm holding this fantastic beer. Look at that, head has been sticking around. This is awesome. Getting some nice sweetness from the malt. I think the hops have died down a little bit, but you're definitely getting a great hoppy aroma off of this too. So let's dive in. Very nice. Nicely done. The recipe for the 17 Brew Crew IPA is on the 17 Brew Crew. Again, this was the all grain formulation. There's also an extract, and I believe there's a partial mash. So in this video, I'm gonna have some updates. I'm gonna show off my modifications that I made to my propane system for my outdoor brewing. Show off some beers that I've made. Give you a quick hop update. Now again, with my hops, they are first year hops as well. We had a drought, so I discovered that hops don't really enjoy not being watered, but they are starting to make a comeback, and I do have some good cone formations, so I'm excited about that, and definitely looking forward to how they turn out next year. As well, I'll show off some of the beers that I've made, and I do have a beer in the works. I didn't do a lot of brewing over the summer. Obviously the temperature was hot, the conditions weren't very nice, So I tried a lot of commercial beers, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this where you go out and you're really looking forward to trying some of the commercial beers, so you spend some money, you buy a bomber bottle or a case, and then after you've poured it out and you have your first sip, you go, man, I can brew better than this. Or, you know, some of the home brews I've had are better than this. I had a couple of those type of experiences. We've all been there. It's kind of disappointing, but it's also kind of reassuring that you're heading in the right direction with your home brew, practice. The other thing is I've had a couple of people, neighbors and co-workers that I've been teaching how to brew, just basic kits and kilo systems, all malts, extract brewing mostly to begin with. But hopefully in the near future we can work together and I can get them into some all grain brewing and some joint projects as well. So that was kind of exciting, passing on a little bit of knowledge and showing really how easy and exciting home brewing can be. So I hope you enjoy the footage. I've got more footage from summer activities and winery tours, etc. to come. I just haven't put together the videos, and I look forward to your comments as always. And down here I've got my 2 flats of Mikey Likes It Canadian Blonde Ale. It's all bottled up in the 500 milliliter PET bottles, nicely carbonated, and waiting for Mikey to come pick it up for his birthday. And then I've got 5 gallons of Mexican cerveza, which my wife had requested, and this is on its 2nd week of fermentation, so it's done, but I like to let all my beers sit for 2 weeks before I transfer them. This one I'm going to bottle as well, and I'm going to have another beer started in the next couple of days. And up there is my Magnum hops. You can zoom right in with some decent cones formed. My hop plants didn't exactly enjoy our drought of a summer. We had a level 4 drought in our area. This is the Chinook plant. A little bit of cones on there. These plants are all starting to come back now, but we had severe watering restrictions in our area, and so we weren't allowed to do any excess watering. And this is the Centennial. So I think for first years they did pretty well, but they are pretty sparse and pretty dry. So I'm hoping that, and this is the Willamette, so I'm hoping that they come back a little bit. They still have a little bit of time before I have to pick those off. But either way, they seem to have done well considering the conditions, so I'm looking forward to how they do next year. So I wanted to show off the modifications that I made to my propane burner. This is a standard propane unit. It's got its 10 psi regulator, oxygen control, and 65,000 BTU burner. But what I was finding is that in standard form, this element actually sat right above the base plate, and it was very inefficient. It lost a lot of heat off to the side, made for long brewing days, and a lot of wasted propane. So what I did is I cut out this front plate into a U-shaped format, and I inserted an angle bracket with some washers and extended out the bolts going into it. So now the entire element is adjustable, so it can slide up and down based on the needs for the particular brew. So with higher volumes, I can slide it up a little bit. If I want to just maintain a constant temperature or a lower temperature, I can slide the element down a little bit. And I found that this has definitely improved the efficiency of my brewing, reduced the loss of propane, and was a nice affordable fix without having to upgrade to a more complex propane system. So if you need a quick upgrade to your existing format, this is the way to go. The other thing I did was build a 408 manifold for my kegging system. So I've got my 4 valves. This is all sealed up, so there's no leaks. So I can plug this right into my system and now run up to 4 kegs at a time. But right now I only have capacity for 2, but this would also allow me to use a Blickman filler to fill bottles from my keg. So this is a nice addition. There's some hoses in the background and some clamps, and it was very easy to do. So my brewery is coming along just dandy. So this is Greedy Dragon Brewing. Thank you for coming out. Come on over, pull up a chair, and have a beer with me. Cheers. 17.